back to my channel. My name is Lexi, also known as Lex Reflects. Today's video is going to be talking about the second week of Lent and how that's been going for me as a newly confirmed Catholic. Without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into the video. But before we hop into the video, please make sure to hit that like button, comment down below what are your hardships and what are your difficulties, or maybe things you've been doing great at during Lent. Let me know in the comment section down below. And lastly, if you enjoyed this type of content, please hit that subscribe button. It would help me out a ton. Now, without further ado, let's hop into the video. Okay, so last week's video, I talked about how my first week of Lent had been going for me. It's been 7 more days, which means a whole lot of change, and I want to talk about how week 2 has gone, while also offering you all some tips on how to keep your Lent running smoothly. I wanted to do a little check-in, a little honest reflection of how it's been going for me, how it's been going for y'all out there in the universe, what's been hard, what's been beautiful, and what God has been showing me. If you're in the middle of your Lenten commitments and you're feeling a mix of motivation and a mix of frustration and exhaustion, know that you're not alone. And let's talk about it. Okay, so I mentioned this in last week's video, but my win for week 1 and week 2 has been being off of social media. So if you have not watched my previous video, I'm going to do a quick introduction. My name is Lexi. I am a 17-year-old newly confirmed Catholic. I was baptized in April of last year. So this is my first year of Lent as a official Catholic. So I decided that for Lent this year, I was going to give up doom scrolling and social media. I decided to give up TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, and then I also gave up Pinterest when I realized last week that I had been scrolling on it way too much. So it's been so freeing to be off of social media. Have I struggled with wanting to check things at times, wanting to check if my friends have posted? Yes. But I have not given in. It's been really great to not scroll. And week 2, I'm not even thinking about TikTok, nor do I feel the need to go on it or look at the lives of other people. Obviously, it's good to see how people are doing, but I realized I was comparing my life to their life way too much. The first days were rough, like I mentioned in last week's video. It was hard to get into that routine, but now I feel like I'm in it, and I'm in it to win it. And I am just so happy. I feel like I've now been able, it's been warmer lately. I know I have a coat on. I'm actually kinda hot, but it's been really great to just step outside in nature. I've really been trying to pray outside because it's just so beautiful outside lately. And it's been great to not be constantly scrolling and looking through things. I've also gotten better. Last week I talked about how I would bring and carry my phone with me everywhere, even in the bathroom. I've been getting a lot better at that, so little celebration for me. But it's been really great to kind of sit in silence. I've been getting more comfortable with sitting in silence. Before I started filming this video, there's no TV on, no distractions, just me getting some work done, doing the dishes without the TV being on, and not having music blasting in my ears. It's not like I have to scroll on a TikTok video each dish I'm doing. It was literally insane how addicted I was. But after these past 2 weeks, I definitely feel like I have shifted. I feel like I am getting a lot better at not wanting to look at my phone, and the Hallow app is really great and sort of distracts me. I still am allowing myself to watch YouTube just because I have a morning radio show that I watch called GRN, shout out again, and just other shows like Catholic Answers, Council of Trent, things of that sort. But I've noticed that my mind feels quieter, I feel less distracted, I'm not constantly comparing myself, and I finally have a space to think and to pray. It's been uncomfortable at times, I'm not gonna lie, because silence forces you to face yourself. It's literally sitting alone with your thoughts, but the way I've been using my silence is to talk to God, but it's also been really peaceful, and I've been trying to pray a lot for peace because I was thinking to myself, I struggle with worrying and anxiety. What is the opposite of worrying? Well, it's really having peace and not feeling threatened, not feeling fear or anxiety or turmoil. So I've been trying to pray for that. If you are considering stepping away from social media, I highly recommend it because it gives God more interior room in your life. And God needs to be the center of your life, but even if you just are opening a door for him, picture a house. If you're opening up a bedroom or a spare closet for him, eventually allow him to roam the whole house, and you're going to have that great relationship with him because you're not distracted. What has been the struggle for me? So the struggle for me has been skipping prayers. I I started Lent with a pretty rigorous prayer routine from on Hallow, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna stick to it. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be hard and challenging, and I can do it. And I have been doing it. It's been hard. It's been challenging, but I have been doing it. I've been sticking to my prayers, but it was a little bit of a lengthier routine. And on top of school and driving and extracurricular activities, it is difficult when I need to set myself up for success, and there's been days where I haven't. What I mean by that is in the morning, I'll have time to pray or to get a prayer in, get a Divine Mercy Chaplet in, but then I did not. And then later in the day at 10 o'clock at night, I am trying to make up for that. So there has been days where I've skipped a Divine Mercy Chaplet, where I've skipped doing the rosary because it had gotten to 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, and I just skipped it. And I am disappointed in myself in that aspect, but there's always room to grow. And the point of Lent is to not be afraid of failure. And it's a learning experience that's allowed me to really manage my time efficiently and be like, okay, well, I'm going to make sure that I'm going to say this prayer and do this and that and all of the things. And really acknowledging that I have skipped prayers at times and on occasion, it's allowed me or even forced me to confront something. I'm good at making spiritual plans, but I'm not always good at guarding them and following them. And that's been humbling. It's not I'm not going to sit here and beat myself up about it, but I'm just going to improve myself for the next 2 weeks. And Lent is going to do that. It's going to build you back up and make you better and be like, okay, you need to manage your time better so you can get this prayer done like you wanted to and this and that. Yeah, so props to Lent for helping me out in that aspect. Sometimes we think that holiness looks dramatic, but oftentimes it's a matter of consistency and simplicity. It's just incorporating prayer in your crazy life. And it's not always about hitting A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. Sometimes it's just going throughout your day. A, okay, then spend some time with family. B, okay. If that makes sense, I feel like we need to take the pressure off of ourselves of looking at our Christian lives as a checklist and more so just spending time with God. I've been thinking a lot about Jesus in the desert this Lent because in the Gospels, particularly in the Gospel of Luke, we see Jesus be faced with temptation and very ordinary human weakness. Things like hunger, exhaustion, and isolation, but he did not fight temptation for grand gestures. He fought it with faithfulness, and that is ultimately what I am aiming for. Okay, let me talk about an unexpected struggle, and that for me has been irritation. Week 2 has been really revealing. When you take away distractions like social media, I feel like people start to notice what's going on internally and around you. And one thing I've noticed is that I've been easily irritated. Not so I hate the world and I hate people, but if I hear little noises or if someone asks me the same question over and over again, I do get irritated and I get so disappointed in myself over it. To me, it's I had such a perfect day. I hit all my prayers, did this and went on my way, and then boom, irritated. Today, I was irritated at my cat because I had sat down with her so she could eat because she makes us watch her eat, and she didn't want to eat. She wanted to look outside the window. And then I was doing work and she came up, hopped on my desk, was knocking stuff over, and her hair was shedding all over the place. And I got irritated. I got frustrated because I was trying to get her to eat, but she wanted to wait. And so now she's interrupting my time of studying and getting my assignments done. And I just need to exhale and realize that is not the end of the world. It's a cat. She wants to eat. She wants love and attention and affection. Why am I getting irritated over such a small thing? I think what's happening is this. Lent strips away our comforts, and when comfort goes away, that's when what's underneath comes up. So getting off of my phone, it's really made me sit with all of my feelings that I've had throughout the day. Impatience and control and restlessness. And it's not exactly cute spiritual aesthetics oh, I'm having this great time, because Lent has been great, but it's also me sitting in silence with these feelings, not being on my phone, pushing away my irritation. I have to deal with it. And we have to ask ourselves, how can God change us if we don't even know what needs changing? So acknowledging this irritation, it's really helpful for me. Instead of trying to beat myself up when I feel irritated, I've been trying to pause and pray in those moments Jesus, why is this bothering me so much. Praying the act of contrition, be like, I repent for this random irritation that I'm feeling. I pray for peace that I may decrease. But ultimately, irritation is something that we control. And so I need to pray for self-control and get better at self-control of not letting such little things irritate me. Progress, not perfection. So if you're struggling with irritation or anything of that sort, let me know in the comment section down below, because you're not alone. Okay, so let's go into what week 2 is teaching me. If I had to sum up week 2 in one word, it would be exposure. Because Lent exposes where I rely on comfort, like when I used to rely on TikTok and my phone for comfort, where my discipline is weak, where I skip a prayer or two, where my prayer life needs structure, and where my heart needs softening during times where I get a little bit irritated at things. And honestly, that's a gift, because the transformation of Easter does not happen without Lenten honesty. So if you are in week 2 and you are feeling less motivated than week 1, spiritually dry, irritated, or just tempted to just quit and give up and be like, I don't want to do this anymore, here are a few things I'd suggest. Number 1 is adjust your original Lenten plan and don't abandon it. If your prayer plan is falling apart, don't scrap it entirely. Maybe take out a prayer, maybe shorten it a little bit. Maybe pick prayers that take less time, such as ones that take like 5 minutes versus 20. Because 5 minutes of focused prayer is ultimately better than 0 minutes of ideal prayer. And holiness grows through small faithfulness. My second tip would be to protect your mornings. I would anchor your day in the morning and like set yourself up for success by doing something as simple as a morning offering, praying 1 decade of the rosary, because it's sort of like making your bed. You've already done that first step to have a great day. So it's going to encourage you to continue with your Lenten plan and your goals. Third, I would tell you to expect spiritual resistance. You have to remember that Lent is spiritual training and it's going to be incredibly uncomfortable. Even the saints, a lot of them went through dryness and they went through struggle. But struggle doesn't mean failure, because sometimes it means growth. Actually, most of the time it means growth. Fourth, watch out for irritation, and I can attest to this. If you are feeling irritable lately, don't panic. I would tell you to ask, what is this revealing? Where is God inviting me to grow in patience and to soften my heart? Because sometimes Lent isn't just about giving up things like chocolate. It is about giving up control. Lastly, I would tell you to remember why you started. We're not doing Lent to prove something or to punish ourselves or to be impressive Catholics. We are doing it to walk with Christ, to follow him toward the cross, and to be freer by Easter. So my final reflection, week 2, definitely has not been perfect, but it's been real, and ultimately I think that's what God wants. He doesn't want a performance. He doesn't want spiritual aesthetic. He doesn't want a perfectly curated holy life. He wants honesty. So if your Lent feels messy, offer the mess. If your prayer life feels inconsistent, bring him the inconsistency. If you're irritated, let him work with you through it. We still have time because Easter is coming and grace is still continuously moving. If this week 2 reflection resonated with you, let me know in the comment section down below what's been your biggest win so far and what's been your biggest struggle. Let's encourage each other through this season. I'll be praying for you, and I hope that you have a blessed day, and I can't wait to see you all for next week, week 3 of the Lent recap. Have a blessed day.